What you're seeing right now is a render I made inside of Blender. And I'm actually really proud of how this came out. But it's not my first render. Actually, I'll be implementing more of my CG renders inside of this video. So make sure to watch the whole thing and pay attention. All right, I want to tell you how I started learning Blender. And I also want to touch on how I learned not to compare myself and my renders to other more experienced Blender users out there. Because especially if you're just starting, it can be really tough. Let me talk to you. 2 years ago, I opened Blender for the very first time. And then I instantly got overwhelmed, closed it, and never went back for the next year. A year later, I came across two YouTubers, L&M Visual Effects and Gaio Production. Both are VFX artists whose work I really dig. Anyway, long story short, I got in contact with them, and it turns out that they actually used to watch my old videos and were even subscribed to my old YouTube channel. Quick note, for those of you who don't know, I actually used to have an old YouTube channel called Sam Edits, but then it got hacked and then YouTube ended up deleting it. But anyway, here's what motivated me to go back to Blender and try to learning again. And the reason is pretty simple. It's because these guys were using it. Being in contact with them and seeing how much they've improved in the last couple of years, it really motivated me to go back and learn Blender for myself. So I decided to go back and learn Blender again, but this time, no quitting. Naturally, the first tutorial that I watched was the donut tutorial. And okay, I might catch some hate for saying this, but I'm not a fan of the donut tutorial. It's nothing against Blender Guru. He puts a lot of time and effort into making these tutorials, and that is very much appreciated. But here's the problem I have with, okay, and I'll keep this short because I might make another video about this soon, but just look at the difference in the views between part 1 and part 16 of the donut tutorial. Notice anything? The views keep decreasing each part. And according to my calculations, only about 10% of the initial 3 million plus viewers stay, and 90% of them don't. Did the 90% or so just give up? I don't want to make any assumptions, so I can't say. But I do have my own theory on this, so stay tuned for when that video comes out. But anyway, back to the subject at hand. Learning Blender was definitely not as straightforward as I thought it would be, right? And I've been using it for about a year now, and I'm still learning new things each time. Each time I open it, I'm always learning a new shortcut or learning about a new add-on. And that's really what's exciting about it. Another thing is that I've stopped comparing my work, my renders, to others in the community. That's one of the biggest reasons why I haven't given up on learning Blender. Let's face it, if you're new to Blender, you probably suck. There are so many other Blender users that are more experienced and more refined than you are. And that's fine. That's okay. I'm not saying to stop watching other Blender artists, right? But if you're gonna compare your renders to theirs, do it constructively with the right mindset. See what value it could bring to your own journey in learning Blender and becoming a more experienced and a more refined CG artist. Truth is, you're never going to become a pro overnight, right? And honestly, it's better to just accept that and try to grow than to just, keep comparing yourself to other renders out there and then feel discouraged because it just looks better than everything you're creating. People like Ian Hubert, CG Matter, Peter France, CG Geek, right? They're all really professional Blender users, but they didn't get to that level overnight. Ian Hubert's been using Blender for like almost 20 years, which is insane, which is really insane, right? But that's an opportunity for all the newcomers, right, to learn from his experience, to learn from his workflow, and to improve. Something I've been trying to do is to incorporate more of my CG shots into my videos, like this one, for example, right? That shot is entirely CG. Some of you probably couldn't tell, some of you could tell, and that's fine. I'm actually really proud of that shot. If you want to see more things that I've made in Blender, you can check out this playlist right here, where I make videos for the production create contest and use Blender a ton. But anyway, my name is Samuel Peter. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and until next time, have a blessed day. Peace. See me? No! Dang it!